Hi there, Murph1911. This is my first gun review, so if it sucks a little bit, just cut me a little slack, and I know video quality sucks, but I don't have the big bucks to spend on a big expensive camera. So, seeing as my sign-on name is Murph1911, I figured I would do my first review on a 1911. And this one being actually a Colt civilian model made back in 1923. And it's not completely stock, and some people are probably like, oh, you bastard, that ruined the collector's value. I didn't do it, I promise. I just bought it with all these little additions added to it, and to me it doesn't really matter because I kind of like them. I kind of like the target sights that have been added to it because I'm just going to shoot it anyway. And as you can see, it is unloaded. Nothing in the chamber. So, and overall things of this gun, the fit and finish are really good. It has some holster wear, which, again, doesn't bother me because I'm just going to be shooting it. But it's really good. Some people ask, well, how's the firepower of a 1911? In my opinion, firepower is good because it shoots 45 ACP. And the amount of firepower, though, can kind of suck because you normally are only getting 7 or 8 rounds. This is a Mech-Gar magazine. It's 8 rounds, and that's about usually the standard. Now, you do have some, like this 10 round and a 15 round that you can get, but for the purposes of, say, concealing it, or you're going to be taking it out and using it for, a combat weapon, it doesn't work that well because it sticks out the bottom a little bit, and that's just the 10 round one. It doesn't bother me that much, but again, I'm not concealing this gun, I'm not taking it out, and that's, give you an idea, that's about how much a 15 rounder or 20 rounder is going to stick out. So you're looking at about, 6 inches. A little bit, unnecessary. So I'd say for the most part, just stick with the 6 and 7 round flush fitting ones. They work just fine so long as you get good quality ones. And just a couple other things. With a standard 1911 anymore, pretty much you are going to be looking at something like target sights or Novak sights, something really good on them. And a lot of times you will get things like these ambidextrous safeties on them, which it's a little unnecessary. They kind of look cool, but they're not necessary. And something I would suggest getting on any 1911 you get is an extended slide stop release, because anybody with small hands or a first time shooter, a female shooter, it's just easier for them to activate that. Accuracy of this gun, I found at about 25 yards I was hitting about a 2-inch, 2.5-inch group, which for what you pay for a Colt generally, yeah, that's gonna cost, for the money you're paying, it better be hitting at least 2.5-inch groups. And that's just my opinion. And some of the other things, it does have its original hammer, which is a wide spur hammer. The sights on it, they are adjustable rear sights and kind of like a fiber optic front sight. Probably won't show up too well, but I was able to get this at a really good deal, which is the only reason I have it. And generally you're looking to pay a lot, and I know I have Charles Daly grips on it, but it is a Colt. There's a little pony. There's Colt. It is a Colt frame, so reliability, as far as it goes, they're really reliable. From any experience I've had, I've never had any failures to feed, failures to eject, anything like that out of this gun. Now granted, I've only had about 200 rounds out of it, but it was produced back in 1923, and I know that it was a former police chief's gun, and he probably put a lot of rounds through it, and obviously he's done a lot to it. It does have a match barrel with brushing in it, obviously the extended slide stop release, and the different sights, the ambi safeties on it, and it does have a trigger job done to it, which gives this, I think it was a 3-pound trigger pull. It's very nice and crisp. I'll do it once. I don't really like dry firing guns, but I'll show you. It's in a safe direction. Just kind of very nice, very crisp. It's what I would expect out of a Colt and what you've got to pay for them. All in all, it's probably my favorite handgun. Not to say that there aren't a lot of other things out there that are just as good, and you can't get quality that isn't just as good, but I'd say if you can, if you're wanting a 1911, there are value options out there such as the Rock Island 1911s. This one is their tactical version. I will do a review on that one. It's a really cool gun too. And there's not much else to say about it because so many people have done reviews on 1911s, and there's a lot of good ones out there, and a lot of them are the same. I just haven't seen a whole lot on a Colt. But you can also purchase 1911s in 9mm 40 Smith & Wesson and 10mm, but figure if you're going to get one, you might as well get one in 45. That's what it was originally chambered for. So why not get that? And they also come in 38 Super. All in all, it's a fun gun. I wish I would have saved my sights, or not the sights, the targets, from when I went to the range, so I could have shown you. The only thing I can say that is the biggest disadvantage of this gun is it does have this grip safety. It doesn't really matter because when you go to shoot, it is there, but when you're doing something like that, it just kind of gets in the way. And actually something that I learned was John Moses Browning actually didn't intend to have that on there. It was not a part of his original design. It was only put on there after the government had told him, well, we don't like that. It has only these safeties, and we need you to put a grip safety on it. So hooray for the government for putting something like that on there. Or not, whatever. So that's just a starter one. Give me some comments and feedbacks on what I could do better. Be honest, be brutally honest. It won't hurt my feelings. So until next time, see you later.